Good evening, everyone. Salam alaikum. That's as much of Arabic as I would know, being a 50-year-old. I'm glad to be here. I drove all the way from Boston, and I wanted to be here by 6 o'clock. And my job, after such powerful speakers, is to give you a very light-winded speech for the next 5 minutes to bring you back down, so that your intellect will be a little subdued. I was born and brought up in India, and I came here when I was 21 years old. Until somebody told me, I did not know that the religion existed in the first place. My next door neighbor was an Anglo-Indian. When the British left India, some of them stayed back and got married. They had kids. So the son Hillary, Colleen, these names were names that I would play with kids. Very similarly, in the Muslim community, the names like Iqbal, Shaheen, these names never meant anything to me other than they're my fellow citizens. But I must say that 9/11 changed all that for me. It became very personal at that point that I didn't really understand what has happened. So I started thinking about it. I must tell you that I had a theory even as a teenager about religion. Because in the middle of the exam preparation, I would go to the Hindu temple, because that's the Hindu family is what I was born into. And my dad used to ask me, which girl is coming to the temple that you're going in the middle of the examination time, preparation time to go and meet? Guys, that's supposed to be a joke, okay? And I would say that, as a matter of fact, the reason I used to go to the temple is because of the amount of peace, calmness, that you get when you go to your religious worship places. Since coming to the United States, I have experienced Christianity, especially the Catholic. I always go to the midnight mass. I've been to the mosques. I have been to the Jewish temples and sat in a few of their readings. And I must tell you that I found one thing that's very, very common, which is most of the priests wear white. Most of these religious places use water to put on their head. And I also noticed that they burn some sort of a fire type of thing to give some, a sense in smell. This goes across all the religions. So my observation, this is not authenticated, I never read it, I never seen it, nobody ever told me, that my theory of religion is that God created human beings and said, you know what, I'm going to put you guys to test. I'm going to give you a name called religion and see how you're going to survive on it. And what we did with that was we made a mess of it, because we started fighting among each other. I think there's more deaths in this world since civilization because of religion, not because of anything else. So I think once we realize that it doesn't matter who we are, because it's very similar to the food and habits and clothing, because I've been to Qatar and Dubai because of work. I've seen the way they dress. If they dress in suits or dress like this, they'll probably die because of the heat. But when you go to the northern part of India, like Kashmir or Pakistan or even Afghanistan, this is the kind of dressing that you need. And the dressing and the food and the way they build their houses are acclimated to the weather there, which became a culture. I feel that the religion has come about the same way, depending on which part of the world you're born in, how convenient for you to follow it. So in my opinion, I think peace, harmony, unity, all is what all religions preach across the line. As long as we believe in it, we believe in God. If you don't believe in it, let me tell you, I don't think you believe God. So I got 5 minutes, so I got 2 more minutes. Last Thursday, as the gentleman introduced me, I'm recently elected as a board member for the Board of Education in Monroe Township, which is a hot topic these days. I didn't realize what I was getting myself into. But we started an ad hoc committee to make sure that we're capturing the essence of the community's feeling to see how we can pass the next budget. But I don't speak, the next referendum. I don't speak to you as a board member. I have to make the disclosure so that my attorney doesn't get upset. I speak to you as a private citizen. So the ad hoc committee consisted of, they asked us, I said at least 4 to 5 people of the 15 people should be from, I made a mistake even, I said from the Indian community. So what happened was they picked up 4 people. Unfortunately, they picked up a lady by name Sarah Aziz. And I'm not even sure if Sarah is from Pakistan or from India, but she has an autistic child in the school and she's extremely passionate about student education. So after the meeting on Thursday, Friday she called me at work and she said, Andy, I really resent people calling us as Indians or Pakistanis or something else. And I said, go on. She said, we are Americans. We came and we called this land ours. We went through the immigration process. We're willing to bear arms for this country. Why do they still call us Indians, Pakistanis, or Iranians and Iraqis? I think we are Southeast Asian Americans. I think the Americans should be a part of every identity we do, because my kid is not an Indian anymore, okay? My kid is a Southeast Asian descended American, born and brought up here. And I think we need to make a point that, there is someone else who calls us you people. And I did not realize how offensive it is that what you people mean, and he's an elected official, and only one person knows who that is. And we started telling him, it's not you people, we're not different. Speaking of difference, I just want to say one thing. What you don't know always is scary. When you see a mosque that is surrounded with walls, you cannot get in and don't know what's going on inside, you worry, you speculate, you wonder. If you go see a temple surrounded by walls, you don't go inside, you're worried, you're concerned, you don't know what's going on inside. Same thing with the churches. Try to go into the other cultural worship places. Please, if you're a Muslim, go to the church. If you're a Christian, go to a Hindu temple. I think the kids today need to be taken to these worship places so that they see what's going on inside. And you'll be amazed that the same thing goes on in every religious place across the world. So unless you know that, you think they're very different. So there's nothing unique about it. It's all the same thing. In terms of where we come from and where we're going to go eventually. You can call him Allah, you can call him Jesus, you can call him Lord Vishnu, or whoever you want to call. Nobody ever came back and confirmed and said, we see in this person here. So those are the few things I want to say. And we talked about humanity and interfaith. I think it's a great thing that this organization is doing by bringing us together here today. But I tell you, as a part of the India USA Forum of Monroe Township, some of the members are here. We do these things. Forget about the religion, but think about the human beings. Think about the peace. Think about the unity. And I'm sorry, I'm sitting in a religious place, in a religious event, and I'm saying this, but I strongly believe in it. I think if you respect the fellow human being, you respect God. So thank you very much, and peace and harmony for everyone.